All right, we're back with another One Question with episode. I'm Jamie Eichel from runningrestaurants.com, where we bring you the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I've got Melanie Martell, hospitality consultant of Lightspeed POS with me. Here we go. All right, Melanie, what's one or two things you think restaurant operators aren't using well data-wise with their POS? What do you think?
That's a great question, actually. And this is actually very relevant to the role that I have within Lightspeed. So as a hospitality consultant, I will, in discovery calls, ask them questions on how they see the menu on the POS. But a lot of people don't think about it in terms of how is this going to represent on my reports? Right, so the way that you create the functionality of how you punch orders into the POS really will correlate completely with how the controllers or accountants will see it on their reports. So that's the first thing that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration when they first start setting up their POS. They just think, okay, I needed to punch these things, the kitchen needs it this way, the bar needs it that way, but then they don't think further how they can actually extract all of that data afterwards. And then another thing in that is that I feel like customers will often set up their POS thinking about how things are being punched into the system. And again, so there's the data that's being pulled for the accountants and for the controllers, but then you can also, so customer information, who's actually coming into the restaurant and what are they doing? How much are they ordering? What are they ordering? Do they have favorites? Do they have allergies? So this is one huge part of the process that I think people aren't taking advantage of at all. So again, they'll just think about the buttons that they need to punch, but they don't think about adding a customer to that receipt, which then stamps that person with so much history that you can actually pull and just, give a better experience to that customer, and in turn, of course, more profitability for the establishment.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I do feel that a lot of restaurants aren't using that customer information piece at all. Like, they never ask me, they never ask people I'm with. I don't see them collecting the information. And I know that it's super valuable. So what would you say are some tips to gather that? What else can they do with that sort of data once they have it in the system? Because I do think it's very valuable. What have you seen folks do well in that area?
So I think the first step would be at the reservation level. When people make either online reservations or they call in to make a reservation, obviously you're divulging your name and phone number at that point, right? So at this point, you're not having to ask them for this information. They're actually giving it to you already. So that's one step that I find is really crucial to just enable you to right now, that they're going to be coming in, Saturday, 7:30, they're sat at this table. You already tagged that name onto that receipt. You don't even need to ask them anything. So I think that first step of the reservation step, I think that's a really smooth way to be able to get that information. Obviously there's other, now we're talking about more of a full service, but it could be a quick serve where you're grabbing people's names for them to come and pick up the order. So again, you're getting information in that sense. Other times people do actually ask people for their names, and they explain to them that, if you come in, next time we'll have you in the system. And so it's actually pretty impressive to see when people start using that people start seeing their favorites. So if there's a new bottle of wine or there's something that's coming in, they actually will present it to them. Hey, there's this, cool bottle of wine that just came in. It's right up your alley. And people get so impressed with that, right? And so later on, you can, in the back end, you can extract all of this data. You could do like a mailing list to certain people, that fall into a certain category, tell them that you've got these new products or what have you, right? Birthdays, special events, somebody that came in for their wedding anniversary, they made an online reservation, you've got their name, their phone number, their email, you send them a nice email the next year to tell them, hey, happy anniversary, if you guys want to come over, we're always happy to have you, stuff like that. So you're just making it much more personable at this point.
Right. Right. And I agree. We are in a different space now. It's artificial intelligence, big data capture. You can't really be operating a restaurant with an old school mentality of not tracking any of this data, because your competition is, the chains definitely are. They're doing very sophisticated stuff, some of the things you're talking about. And if you want to be able to drive traffic in, you got to do the same thing. So we touched on a couple of key things there about the POS features that maybe you aren't using, that Melanie talked on, putting your menu in right, getting customer capture data. If folks want to learn more about Lightspeed and POS and what you guys do, where can they find you?
You can find us at lightspeedhq.com. We've got an amazing website with a whole plethora of information there. But we've got Facebook, Instagram, so you can always get us there. There's always somebody that can answer any questions or concerns you have. Pretty cool Instagram actually to follow as well. Lots of our customers, we kind of, feature some of our key customers as well. So it's pretty, that's how you guys can reach us.
Awesome. Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, definitely Instagram is a great platform for restaurants as well as for purveyors. So folks, that was Melanie Martel of Lightspeed POS. Find more about how they help customers at lightspeedhq.com. And for more great restaurant marketing, operations, service, people, and tech tips, stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. We'll see you next time.